Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales says resigned Davao City Vice Mayor and presidential son Paolo Duterte is being investigated by her office. Morales, at the Justice Forum Tuesday, is answering a question about the termination of a bank investigation involving President Rodrigo Duterte, saying it has been closed and terminated without prejudice to another investigation if warranted.
Well, they said there are cases pending investigation.
Which one po? Like,
Well, di ba sabi
involving
nila yung Vice Mayor?
Paolo Duterte, ma'am?
Yes.
She refuses to answer further questions on what the probe into the former Davao Vice Mayor is all about. Morales also doesn't answer if it has something to do with a terminated bank investigation into the president and whether Paolo Duterte remained in the case. But the list obtained by reporters shows that as of January 12, 2018, there were 5 docketed cases against the presidential son, including an ill-gotten wealth case. Of the 5 docketed cases, there are 2 cases for graft that are criminal in nature, there are 2 administrative cases, and 1 forfeiture case or the ill-gotten wealth case. It is unclear if they all stem from the same issue, and if there are cases which have been dropped or resolved since January. Morales says she has already inhibited from the cases on the list. The presidential son resigned as Davao City Vice Mayor on December 25, citing family problems and the issue of 6.4 billion peso smuggled shabu that implicated him and his brother-in-law Manasseh Carpio. On May 2, the Office of the Ombudsman Special Panel cleared the 2 from the shabu case. Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno returns to the Supreme Court Wednesday. Sereno returns days ahead of the voting on her quo warrant II petition. She went on indefinite leave on February 24. The SE says a special en banc session will be held Friday. Sereno was pressured to go on an indefinite leave, which she obliged to after hours of discussion and some apprehension during a tense en banc session. Her spokesperson later announced she was only taking an early wellness leave. This pushed the 13 justices who were present in the meeting to come out with a rare unified public stance, saying the decision about an indefinite leave was a consensus. The justices warned the Sereno spokespersons their damaging statements would be dealt with. Sereno has since apologized for the disparities in statements. The Chief Justice returns to a Supreme Court that has held Red Monday protests to call for her resignation. United States President Donald Trump on Tuesday announces America's withdrawal from the defective multinational nuclear deal with Iran. Trump describes Iran as the world's leading state sponsor of terror and decries its influence in the Middle East. He says, quote, "It is clear to me that we cannot prevent an Iranian nuclear bomb under the decaying and rotten structure of the current agreement." He adds, quote, "America will not be held hostage to nuclear blackmail. We will not allow American cities to be threatened with destruction, and we will not allow a regime that chants death to America to gain access to the most deadly weapons on Earth." Trump also moves to reinstate sanctions against Iran. He also warns the U.S. will sanction any nation that helps Iran in its quest for nuclear weapons. National Security Advisor John Bolton says the U.S. sanctions will apply to new contracts immediately, and that foreign firms will have months to wind down existing operations in Iran. Trump has long pledged to tear up the very badly negotiated agreement, which his predecessor Barack Obama agreed with Britain, China, France, Germany, and Russia. Trump had until May 12 to decide whether to continue to waive sanctions on Iran's central bank and its oil sector dealings, a key pillar of the 2015 agreement. Critics warned ending the waivers would unravel the carefully constructed deal and expose the biggest transatlantic rift since the Iraq War.